It wasn't until March 13 of last year, following the Eagles' Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs, that Jason Kelce announced he'd be returning for another season. That date is still a couple of weeks away, but it's felt like an eternity since Kelce's Eagles were eliminated from this postseason, setting up another massive decision for the 36-year-old. Since that loss to the Bucs on January 15, there's been no definitive word from Kelce on his playing status, though ESPN's Adam Schefter reported shortly after the game that the center informed his teammates he'd been retiring, at least so far. That has yet to come to fruition. Some may have thought that Kelce would wait until after the Super Bowl to declare his decision, so as to not steal his brother Travis' thunder, but we're now nearly a month removed from the Chiefs beating the 49ers, with no more clarity on Jason's future. During a recent interview with Dana Carvey and David Spade on their Superfly podcast, Kelce at least kept the door open for a return to the Eagles. "I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out right now," he said. "Right now, exploring different opportunities if I end up retiring," Kelce said, "still working out and staying in shape if I end up playing again." Unlike many, less famous players mulling retirement, Kelce has another career waiting for him the second he hangs his cleats up. The center, who hosts the ultra-successful New Heights podcast with his brother Travis and filled in on Amazon's Thursday Night Football broadcast during his bye week this season, looks destined for a career in broadcasting if he wants it. He's already met with executives from Fox and ESPN, according to Front Office Sports, as he used Super Bowl week in Las Vegas to make the rounds with networks. The Sun also reported that there was already a scramble among several broadcasters to win Kelce's services, and that he could make up to $5 million per year for his football analysis. The Ohio native is affable, funny and, despite his superhuman athletic talents, comes off as relatable, with his modest fashion choices and his beer-chugging exploits during his brother's games. For those reasons, he would likely thrive as a broadcaster. Perhaps movies could be on the horizon as well. He already starred in the eponymous Kelce documentary on Amazon Prime, which detailed his decision on whether or not to keep playing following the 2022 season, while brother Travis is reportedly set to serve as an executive producer for a pair of Hollywood films. But he may not be ready to step away from the field just yet, no matter how you handle it, no matter who you are. How well prepared you are to enter the next stage. Everybody goes through a level of depression, really, he said of retirement, on Chris Long's Greenlight podcast. The end of one of the things you love most in your life is there, and you are going to have to come to grips with that. If Kelce decides this is not yet the end for his football career, the Eagles will be much better for it. The center, who earned the 6th All-Pro selection after the 2023 season, is still at the top of his game. In fact, his levels have only risen as he's gotten older, as all of his All-Pro selections have come after age 30. Still, Kelce will come at a high cost to the Eagles if he returns to Philly for a 14th season. His one-year, $14.25 million deal in 2023 was the highest in the league among centers, though he technically made just $1.165 million in base salary, with most of his contract converted into a signing bonus spread across multiple voidable years. While Philly fans are likely eagerly awaiting a decision from Kelce, he has time. His contract is designed to allow the Eagles to keep him on the roster until June, and put him on the retired list then if chooses not to return. The dead money of any player, $27.8 million for Kelce, released or traded after June 1st, is spread over 2 seasons, so, while Kelce would likely be expensive for the Eagles to retain, expect Philly to once again kick the can down the road somewhat if the talented center returns, giving him a lucrative deal that the team will mostly pay for in future years. The Eagles are currently about $22 million under the cap per Spotrac, though that includes a fake placeholder contract for Kelce with a $10 million cap hit, which could change if he inks a fresh deal. Kelce will be welcomed back to the Eagles' offensive line if he wants to keep playing, though Philly will likely want, and expect, a firm decision before the NFL draft on April 25. On one hand, drafting a replacement of Kelce's caliber is a long shot. On the other, he was selected in just the 6th round. Eagles general manager Howie Roseman will want to know what direction he needs to head in as Philly tries to bounce back from a disappointing end to 2023. Throughout the offseason, Kelce has framed his decision on whether or not to keep playing as a struggle. When a fan told him not to retire while he was signing autographs at a Pro Bowl practice, he said, "I'm gonna try not to." And when he was on the field at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore after his brother Travis and the Chiefs beat the Ravens in the AFC Championship, Kelce exclusively told DailyMail.com, "Whenever you're around this atmosphere, man, it's really hard to not want to continue doing this." Kelce, it seems, is stuck between his love of the game and his desire for a different life, one that would feature more time with his wife, Kylie, and their 3 daughters. There's nothing else for him to prove. 6 All-Pro selections, 1 Super Bowl win, countless highlight plays on the O-line. If he retired tomorrow, he'd be an easy Hall of Fame pick. Of course, a decision of this magnitude goes far beyond resume boosting, and Kelce's football bug may just bring him back for one more year.